Despite Richard Walzer being an exciting winery to talk about, this video wasn't the easiest one to put together. Let me explain. Located in Kremstal, overlooking the Danube, Walzer is a tiny, fastidious, cerebral producer of a gorgeous array of phenomenal Gruner Veltliners. And yet, like many small family wineries, Walzer confesses to not being the best at documenting themselves and their work. There's not that many pictures like this. I had to go hunting for them. You might say they let the wine speak for themselves. Richard, Petra, and Polly, along with Smog, the dog, farm just over 3 hectares of vines. The dominant soil type in the region is loess. It's this loosely cemented sedimentary deposit that was blown in from the wind about 30,000 years ago. And depending on the percentage of pure loess or loess and some of the gravel bound together, which is called conglomerate, produces different kinds of Gruner Veltliners. And here is Richard to explain the Wolfsgraben. Hello, Richard.
Hello.
Tell us more about this vineyard.
We are now here in the Riede Wolfsgraben. Behind me is one of the vineyards for the Gruner Veltliner Wolfsgraben. The soil is 100% loess. It's Riede where it's very windy. It's good for the grapes.
And the name Graben means valley.
Yes.
So the name Wolfsgraben is the valley of.
And here you can see why the name is Wolfsgraben, because it's so big graben.
So that environment, along with the pure loess, produces a finer grained version of Gruner. However, here, further down on the terraces, we see more of that conglomerate, the stonier soils that produce increasingly more supercharged versions of Gruner, first with the Gaebling and then with the Kapuzinenberg. That terroir shift supports longer hang time and riper, more complex styles.
That's the stony floor. Here, you see, and half of the meter is only stones.
So that's the Gaebling vineyard.
That's the Gaebling, but we see the best part of Gaebling we see in the end of this week.
Okay, let's go. But Wolfsgraben is over there, way over there. There's a little black house, hunting house, a Schwarz house. That's where we just were a few minutes ago. As we keep going down the rocky terraces, old vines here, it's worth pointing out that this is an extension of the terroir, the famed terroir of Wachau. This is legit rockstar Gruner terroir. Oh, and farming practices distinctly sustainable. In fact, here are the sheep. Hello, Maggie, the boss, sheep. You have names for everybody else?
No, only Maggie.
Only Maggie.
Only the chief.
Hi, Maggie. That's right.
Hey, Smog. Come here. Smog.
Where is Smog? Ah, there he is. I had to find this still because he couldn't sit still for me to take a picture. Smog the dog. Gotta love Lord of the Rings fans. With Walzer, you notice most of the time was spent in the vineyard, very little in the tasting room. We did, of course, taste, but this is a farmer, first and foremost, a grape grower. Someone who hadn't thought all that much about a word like terroir, because it hadn't occurred to him to make wine any other way. And there it is, the evocative and distinguished Kremstal Gruner Veltliners made by a forthright and thoughtful family. Good stuff.